one thing that I saw that I thought was a real dick move is when he first came out, he like tapped her on the knees, like in the sort of like very like intimate way. And I was like, no, don't fucking touch her, dude. Like, stay away. I can't believe she agreed to this. I'm going to just throw that out there. I feel like she doesn't know what her options are, what power she may have. She's young. She's 26.
Yeah, like I would have been like, I'm not being on a stage with him. You guys can come. You can have him come out one-on-one. I have nothing really to say.
Totally. I would have said I will speak to him in private if he will speak to me in private, but we are not having our first conversation on TV. That is horrible. And also she was basically Kaylor. Her tear ducts were swollen. It was so sad. And like, I just gotta say, I thought she comported herself amazing. The way that she spoke to Devin was really clear. She didn't let him off the hook. She was direct. She looked him in the eye. Her body language was awesome. I thought she comported herself so well. But like, who cares? She should have said, no, I'm not doing that. Like, fuck you. I don't need to be Dancing with the Stars.
No compliments for him. Another compliment for her is that she's not an ugly crier, which is really nice because he could have been up there, like sitting there in a suit, lost a little bit of weight, and felt really good, and like had her like crying, looking awful, and this would have been even harder to watch. But I was like, wow, she's like a pretty crier. So at least she has that going.
She is a pretty crier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she wears a ton of makeup because there was like no like foundation stain or anything. So
there was no. I was shocked that the mascara was like undisturbed. Her lashes were kind of sticking together, so maybe there wasn't a ton of mascara. And it
fake
was just
lashes,
like,
yeah. But overall, I was like, she clearly doesn't need a lot of makeup. And pretty crier. Pretty. So I was very happy for her that she had at least that.
Totally. She will not be memed, that's for sure. No. There's no fuck Devin.
No Kim Kardashian crying face. I just can't, like, I keep thinking like, because Devin liking those posts and then unliking them and then liking other posts to like make it seem like throw us off the scent, which like, yeah,
he's like, a Biden supporter. Okay. He like supports the president.
But there's just no way he has a PR team. There's just no way. Because the way he acted tonight, I was just like, what? I would have thought he would have come up there like tears in his eyes, apologizing to try to get people, which I think that's what he was trying to do. And he just like has no feeling about it.
Well, I feel like a lot of the guys, obviously led by Jeremy, Mr. Knight of the Roxbury, that he doesn't think he's really done anything wrong because he clearly like has friends still. He hasn't been cast out of Bachelor Nation altogether.
So I was thinking about that last night.
So I don't think
any world that ABC recasts him for something. You don't think that they'll put him on like Bachelor in Paradise?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think so. Rob Mills tweeted last night when it was aired, like, I'll pull it up in a second, but it was like something like, well, Devin, you had the chance to confess to anything else you did to Jenn. So I think they're like mad at him for really blowing this. Also, the other thing, like if you're ABC, that really sucks is that they were touting because the show premiered in May. Jenn said, the show premiered in early July, which is I think right before they broke up. Right before he ghosted her. They were touting this like finale like you've never seen before. And so I think they were like really excited to have this finale where like the Bachelorette's the one to propose and the Bachelorette is the one, it's like a girl power story or whatever. And then instead they end up with this like she's been, manipulated and discarded by this piece of shit dude who also has like really questionable social media and a really shitty SoundCloud. So they sort of like are fucked by Devin. And I also think that like the Bachelorette's kind of in shambles. Yeah. Like, I don't know, Charity worked out, but like everyone else, it's like not been going great. And I don't know that you can cast a group of 30 men. Is there,
outside of Charity, who else from the Bachelor JoJo, right? Anyone else?
JoJo's Jordan. Let's see. Tristan.
That's how far back we have to go. I'm just saying, because
let's go backwards. Charity's with Dotton. Gabby has stopped dating men. And Rachel is single. Gabby, I don't blame you. Tasha and Zach, no.
Michelle, no.
Did I skip? Michelle, no.
What's her name? Katie?
That? They had a, right. Katie, no. Hannah Brown, no. Like, they don't have anyone who's with these.
Yeah, I was thinking like
anymore.
There's only a very few people that have worked out. We've named 3, only 2 that are married. You have situations like Rachel, which I'm like, where is the vetting? Can we at least get men with real careers?
Shots at chiropractors everywhere.
I mean, if you're also, even if you are a chiropractor, at least you are like actually employed. He never was employed, post show, never. So,
yeah, since they left the show.
Yeah, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, but like, I think it's a little bit different at like 38, which is my age. And I think that like me and my friend Jared Frieda talked about this. I think if you did like 40-year-old bachelor, 40-year-old bachelorette, you would get a different pool of people. Like you would get some people who have careers who are just sort of like, fuck it. Kind of more like Love is Blind UK. Like people are just like, yeah, this has not been working for me. So like, I'll try it out going on a show. But I think 26-year-olds who are like really into the gym and social media, it's like, are you going to get a good crop of guys that way?
Not.
I really don't think so. Like I just don't. Like you're mostly going to get guys like Devin and guys even like Jeremy, but we should say,
well, by the way,
Maria. So like
best choice Maria and Daisy ever made.
Seriously. I thought Daisy was in a picture with her and Sheena and Allie Luber. So Daisy has joined Vanderpump
Daisy's on a better trajectory than Jen. Same with Maria.
Yeah, I mean, Maria at least seems to be having fun. Also, I checked in on Maria's social media last night. She's in the Bahamas right now. I think maybe on a sponsored trip. So she's like,
last week she was in the Hamptons with Alex Cooper's,
Cooper and Leah.
She's doing just fine too. Yeah, oh God, poor Jen. The whole season was horrible. Devin, man, can't believe the take that
he sucks. I will say, I had some laughs.
I went to his Instagram too. Which, by the way, he is a fucking liar. Jen is correct. You were promoting the show. You were acting like everything was all good. Can you imagine being broken up with? Oh wait, I have another thing that I have to say, but let me say this first. I can't imagine getting broken up with over the phone, then acting like everything's all good. Then you're on social media posting shit like, who knows what happens? Watch the finale.
I know. That's why he's a sociopath, because he's just really comfortable playing this part that he has no connection to. It's ridiculous.
What's the other thing you were going to say? A heterosexual relationship, an average heterosexual relationship, you do not need to propose if you're the woman. Don't do it. Just don't see it. When has it ever worked out? I hated it. I hated watching Jen do it, especially to fucking Devin. And this was before I even knew what happened. Like after her brother was like, I'm not happy right now. I was like, wait, what could happen? What could happen? I kept thinking like, oh, is he mad that Marcus did that? Like I was not even sure what happened even after it. But when I watched her propose to Devin, I was just like, no, he doesn't deserve it. Like, I don't know. I didn't even think Devin, I thought they were going to be together. I didn't even know that they were breaking up, but I was just like, let him do it. You've had to do all of this. Specific with the Bachelor.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So I do think that I have one really close friend who proposed to their husband. They've been married for 10 years. It worked out. I do think in general, and the sort of, stereotypical, or like not stereotypical, but like normative heterosexual relationship, the male ego is such that if you propose to them, like it is hard to make that work long term. And if it does, you have found a really enlightened man, and that's
I'm
awesome.
Not saying there's 0% chance.
That's great news.
I'm saying odds are not in your favor, because I just feel like it creates a dynamic where they think like, you wanted me. I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like,
well, I think a lot of men want to play a very specific type of role that you grow up like from reality TV, from movies, from books, from whatever, thinking like it's the man's role to propose and like this is what a proposal looks like. And like I think people want to play those parts. Like this is like, not to get too heady, but like that's sort of like why, you know, seeing different kinds of relationships matters, to like get people to understand that actually it is not necessary for a man's masculinity to be the one to propose. But a lot of them still think that.
But
like,
I also think that men in general have a very high sense of self compared to women. Men generally, I'm not saying everyone, have more confidence than women. And if they don't have it, they can fake it more than women can. Also, like, obviously, like, I don't have to talk about just like beauty standards and all of that, like, is much harsher for women. And so they have that. So I feel like doing that just makes them feel like they are the prize even more.
Right.
And again, I do think you can find an enlightened man that doesn't think that way. Your friend clearly did. But watching that happen with specifically Devin, I was like, no, just let him do it. Especially after Marcus just did that to you. Like, Jen, you deserve for someone to get down on their knee and tell you how much they love you. And I feel like Devin was able to like kind of, he didn't say it, but kind of play off it. Like, I wasn't ready to propose. Yes, the fuck you were. And you would have if Jen didn't.
Totally. Yes, you were with Neil Lane. You were ready to propose because you were ready to do anything to quote unquote win. I think that's ultimately what Devin's looking for. Agreed. Is to win. And he did. And in that role, he fucked many people over, most importantly and most horribly Jen. He just really is such trash. Like, he's the kind of guy that like if your friend is dating him, you're just like, no, I just got to tell you, he's not a good guy. And like, you have to intervene. And yeah, he just really sucks. I will say there's some chatter online that's like he makes Sam M seem like a good choice. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
They're just both bad.
No.
Like, he's not making anyone seem good.
That being said,
they're all bad.
I do think that if she would have picked Sam M, they still would be together. So I guess there's that.
I guess. I can't imagine listening to Sam M speak. Sam N M M. I can't imagine listening to Sam M speak. I hate the way that he talks and the sound of his voice and the words that he spews.
I don't think Sam M would have faked it and then broken up with her right away. Like, he's too aware of, in my opinion, I think, with other people's opinions. I just don't think he would have done that. I think he would have stayed with her. Would they have worked out? Probably not. But I think he would have stayed with her.
Yeah. So we don't know what happened in the fantasy suites. And I don't mean to assume, but I am assuming. I'm just going to assume she had sex with both of them. Just because, like, I would encourage her to, I guess, if she was going to get engaged to either. So, like, you should. It upset me thinking that she had sex with these men who are just such lame-os.
All of it sucks.
They didn't deserve it.
You know what else sucked?
Really does.
They were like, Jen, we're going to give you the last words here. She got to speak. Immediately after she spoke, Jesse was like, and the Golden Bachelorette is here.
Joan!
I was like, you can't even let her get off stage? Like, she must have had a realization in that moment, like, oh yeah, they don't give a fuck about me and they're just going to move on.
It was a tough night for Jesse. He just carried so much water, and I didn't love to see it.
Also, the crowd clapping for the Golden Bachelorette.
Upsetting.
I was like, guys, what?
It was dystopian, honestly. It was like a dystopian
Give her a second.
Show. I was like, they need to really... I know. And also, maybe just don't. Like, promote Joan at the very beginning, because who also wants to swing back around?
It should have ended, like, somberly.
Yeah, or just, they really should have given Jen the last word and just been like, or they should have given her the opportunity to announce that she'd be on Dancing with the Stars and just be like, you know what? Fuck you, Devin. I'm extending my time in the sun and I'm going to cash in. Let me get all the sponsorships I can, and I hope I crush it.
Yeah, I just don't see that for her, unfortunately.
Should have been. I'm rooting for Dwight Howard. I just want to throw that out there.
Just like, no, I'm not saying she'll do bad. She's just not like an influencer, babe. I know, that's just not her. Neither is Charity. Well, do you know what I mean? Maybe. Clearly Gabby is.
Yeah. Yes, well, she has a different kind of comedy to her. Can we talk about Jen's family for a second? I really liked her mom. Her mom just being like, this is not enough time. In Vietnamese culture, this is not enough time. I was just like, you're right.
It's not in any
Good
culture.
I really liked it.
You're correct, but for everyone.
Also, I loved her mom asking Devin, have you ever dated an Asian woman before?
Very valid question.
Like, good question.
Yeah, super valid question.
Yeah, it's real.
I liked everyone in her family. I didn't even mind her. Like her brother in the previews, they made him seem super overprotective. He was totally fine.
No,
totally fine.
Just a sweetie.
He asked good questions and he definitely tried to lead her down the right path, which both options were shitty now. But like Devin was so clearly the better option in that singular moment.
Absolutely.
Yes.
With the information they had, for sure. He was like, has he said he loves you? Like they all brought that up. And it's like, I guess she really has had issues with these men who don't love her the way that she loves them before. And they're all just like really wary of that.
He was like, remember in the past,
overall, it was really sad.
Unavailable men. Sorry, not unavailable men. That sounded bad. Emotionally unavailable men. Like,
yeah.
Do we want to do that again?
Mistress.
It's your choice, but let's think about this. I was like, he's being as nice as possible to be like, please don't be dumb.
They did Devin and Marcus the same day, family. They didn't even have her change outfits.
One after the other.
And
I think they broke for lunch.
Her brother is not media trained. Yeah, they did. And her brother's not media trained, so he kept giving it away. He was like, this morning or like this afternoon, where she was saying like yesterday with Devin or whatever. But they should have had her change outfits. The lack of budget for this season is crazy. They didn't even do anything that cool in Hawaii. And they were like, they didn't do anything. It's kind of sad. The first Asian lead.
Devin did all this.
I know. What a waste. I need someone to come clean about the budget for Bachelorette versus Bachelor. Like, I need to talk to someone in finance at Walt Disney TV because I just want to understand the accounting. And it's like, what other shows are being hit as hard as Bachelorette? Is it because they have to do Golden Bachelor? Like, I just don't get it. Like,
also,
how do they have so little money?
We didn't talk about this, or I guess we hit on it a little bit. It is diabolical to break up with her via phone, 15-minute combo, and follow Maria 2 days later. That is some sick shit.
It's just like, you have to know that's a point of contention for her and like sensitivity. So to just do that.
I mean, to do that, there's just no version where you could say you cared about her. I just don't like, that is sick.
Yeah. Agreed. It's just, he does not care about her at all. And he's just moving on. Everyone needs to reject him. Oh, this is what I wanted to say about his Instagram. I was looking at his Instagram on the most recent posts. He's getting a lot of hate, deservedly so. Jenn did post, like, don't bully anyone. It's not her responsibility. It's nice of her to say it, but certainly not her responsibility. ABC should address it the way that all networks need to protect the people who go on their shows. I had a laugh because people would be posting, like, New Hampshire hates you, or like entire state.
How does it feel to be the most hated man?
Yes. Who spends their time that way?